Greetings, royal family. I'm back. So I decided to check out VH1's new show, Couples Retreat. I was calling it Couples Therapy for so long. Now, I marked my calendar because I saw the promo for this, and I think I talked about this on one of my hot topic videos months ago. Anyway, so VH1's Couples Retreat. So this is all Yandy's doing. That's what it seems like. Okay, this is episode 1. And it's kind of reminds me of couples therapy. Remember Dr. Jen when she used to do that, and then she did family therapy. Anyway, I'm not opposed to this, and I think that this show is going to be highly entertaining. So let's start off with the couples. First up, we got Yandy and Mendices. Mendices is home. Yandy is happy to have her man back, so they got a whole lot of to work out. And from what I'm seeing online, episode 2 was real spicy. All the blogs are talking about it, but we're here to talk about episode 1. Episode 2's review will be up. Don't worry. Next up, we got Michael Blackston, who is a comedian, and his girl, Radha. Okay, they have a very interesting and open relationship. Reality TV couple OGs, Rashida and Kirk Frost. We are familiar with them from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. We've seen their trials and tribulations and extramarital affairs play out on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So this is interesting. Who else is next? Delicious. She's, a reality TV OG. She was a contestant on Flavor of Love. Remember that show? Right, I know. And that was also on VH1. Anyway, and this is Ramon Santana, who is one of the exonerated 5, formerly known as the Central Park 5. I was actually shocked that he was going to be on the show. Not really, but yes. So, yeah, they're there too. And, of course, it wouldn't be reality TV without Ray J. Ray J and Princess are on this show. I didn't get a chance to look at the credits, but I guarantee Ray J probably is one of the executive producers of this show. Now, y'all remember when Ray J and Princess had the conversation, part 1 and 2, their little sit down on Zeus Network? I reviewed that. Okay. And I remember a lot of people had some colorful comments for me saying that I was defending Ray J and they feel so sorry for Princess. And here we are, probably about a year later, maybe, right? A year or so later. And look who is on a new reality show on VH1. Anyway, I digress. So these couples are gathering together. I guess they were under the impression that they were going to be having like a getaway and just being around other couples and kind of working on their relationship. And yes, but there's also like intense therapy that's going to be, well, not intense, but therapy and coaching that's going to be a part of this. Now, again, Yandy was the one that put this together. She invited everyone. And so far, I'm interested. This is why I have a review. All right. So the opening of the show, the couples are assembling. They're all gathering in this, is the house. And, Yandy is greeting everyone. Mendices, he looks like he's there because Yandy's there. I don't know. That's just what I gathered from the first couple of minutes of the show. And when everybody was gathering together and they were introduced to Michael Blackston's girlfriend, a lot of the people kept saying that Michael Blackston and Radha would have cute kids. And I'm like, why does everybody keep saying that? Oh, y'all will have some beautiful kids. Y'all gonna have some cute kids. Sometimes black people can be very simple. Yeah, I said it. Anyway, so Ray J and Princess, let's talk about them really quickly. Now, they're still living together, right? At the time of the taping of this show. They're still living together. Princess, she had filed for divorce and then took it off the table, took back the divorce filing. Then Ray J goes and files for divorce. So at the time of the taping, Ray J's divorce request is still active. Hilarious. Anyway, another thing about Princess, people like Princess really just make me giggle. Sometimes they annoy me, but not really. But they make me laugh because she's saying that they're staying together for the kids And Ray J says that, he wants his kids to have both parents together under the same roof. And I've oftentimes said in my commentary, that's all fine and dandy. That's your choice. But at what cost? You staying together for the kids, and if you interview the kids, 9 times out of 10, they would want their parents, who fight all the time, argue and carry on, to go their separate ways. But that's neither here nor there. I just feel like their arguing and things like that has nothing to do, or them wanting to be together has nothing to do with the children. And I think it more so has to do with saving face. And, let's not forget, Ray J is an actor. Okay. And I think he's great for the show. I'm keeping it a buck. As far as Delicious and Ramon, I like Delicious. She seems very nice and personable. I've seen her do a few interviews over the past 2 years. She seems like a very pleasant girl. I don't know how I feel about him being on the show, Ramon. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. But he is, he and Delicious, they are married, and they did suffer a miscarriage. And they're fairly new. They're like newlyweds, right? I think they've only been married for a year or two or something like that. Who knows? Anywho, back to Michael and Radha, Michael Blackston, right? It's so funny because even Radha, she said that Princess doesn't look happy. When she was talking to Michael Blackston, she said, Princess, man, she doesn't look like she's happy. Yeah, well, there's a high price for trying to save face, right? Anywho, so as far as Radha and Michael, she left him and for a long time because he, was cheating, I guess. I don't know how it's cheating when they have an open relationship, but whatever. And then she came back, and this was over this side chick, a side chick that she didn't approve of. And again, they have an open relationship, So Michael is allowed to deal with other women while he's on the road. But Radha, she has to know who the girl is, and she has to approve her. So she referred to herself as, like the human resources person in their relationship. I oftentimes see people comment on certain posts and on certain things online. And they say that when people decide to have an open relationship, right, like that, it just does nothing but complicate things. And here's the case in point. You have an open relationship, right? But there's stipulations on how, I don't know, whatever. Do you, let's see how much therapy you can get to fix this. Now, anyway, there's a group activity, right? So they're all gathered together and they play basically a drinking game, and it's in the form of a couples Q&A. So interestingly, Ray J and Princess actually won the game. I'm sorry, but I know Ray J can come off as a weasel. It's just something about him, but he is hilarious. I don't take him seriously. He's hilarious to me. I really don't take him seriously when he's on reality television at all. Anyway, Princess in her confessional says that she's not, interested in having any relations with Ray J because she feels that he's cheating. Kurt, he's giving Ray J advice. Again, Kurt and Rashida, they're the OGs of the group because they've been married for 20 years. Now, listen to this. Kurt and Ray J are off to the side talking, right? So Ray J tells Kurt that he found lingerie in Princess's purse, and it wasn't for him, he says, because he hasn't seen her in lingerie for years. Now, I'm interested in this spin here. You know what I'm saying? And I have to be honest because this is leading the viewer to think that, Princess might be cheating on Ray J. This spin is so funny to me. And again, Ray J is reality TV gold, in my opinion. Anyway, so Ray J says that he didn't confront Princess about it because they're getting a divorce. And he says that, he's emotional and he's jealous in his confessional. Yo, please tell me you guys seen the first episode. Ray J, you can't, I choose not to take Ray J seriously. He's hilarious to me. Anyway, so they all have a dinner. They sit down for dinner and Yandy gives a speech about black love. And Radha, at this point in her confessional, she acknowledges that she isn't black, and she says that everyone has been welcoming to her. I mean, why wouldn't they be? I don't know. Maybe they edited that bad. So Radha, she lets the table know, how open her relationship is with Michael. And the men, once they heard that the word side chicks are allowed, they all smiled. The women, not so much. Yandy, she asked all the couples to dress in colors that represent love, or a color that tells a story about love. So they all go around and they talked about, whatever. Ray J's was the funniest, so that's why I'm mentioning Ray J. So Ray J says, I wore black because love can take you down a dark hole, and it can have you spinning around into a place that can leave you blinded sometimes and not knowing what's on the other side, and can push you into a place where you want to hide. But I love Princess, and I'm black because he wore black. How can you take Ray J seriously when he is on reality television? He is funny. Everyone at the table was speechless, and then they all, started giggling and laughing. That kid is something else. Anyway, so AJ Johnson arrives, okay? She is the relationship life coach. I do love the fact that a black woman who is, a licensed counselor, life coach, whatever, is being showcased. And she is someone that most of us are familiar with, okay? Kurt, he is apprehensive because he says he likes AJ as baby boy's mama, and that's it. So AJ Johnson was in Baby Boy. She played Jody's mama in Baby Boy. Prior to that, we seen her in House Party, right? She was Shireen. Is that her name? She was Gina's homegirl. I think her name was Shireen. But anyway, so we are familiar with her, as far as in pop culture. And it's good to see that some of our, cult people who are in cult classics and things like that are doing big things, like Roxanne Shante. I know this is totally off topic. She is was a rapper. She's a psychologist now. So it's good to see that she is working. She's no longer in the film, movie, television per se industry, but she actually has a career, making money. I'm here for it. So I think this is a good look. It really is a good look. So again, Kirk, he's apprehensive. Ray J, he doesn't care about what anyone thinks of his marriage. And that shocked me a little coming from Ray J, because he usually participates in these type of things on these reality shows. So I guess he's taking on the role as the combative one in the group. So we shall see. Every reality television show has that one, that's like goes against authority or goes against the grain. Anyway, Rashida, she is willing to see where this goes. Now, at this point, it dawned on me that Yandy didn't really give the group like full details of this couple's retreat, which I think is excellent, makes for great television. So AJ tells the group that, Ish is about to start tonight. Okay, their activities are going to start tonight. So they had to change and basically report for duty within 30 minutes. Now, sidebar, during the commercial break, I saw that The Hills, remember the show The Hills, is going to be returning. Are y'all going to be watching this? Y'all remember The Hills that used to come on MTV with Lowe and LC and all of them? No, is it just me? I used to love that show. Anyway, I'll probably be watching that. I don't know about reviewing that, but drop down in the comments and tell me if you used to watch The Hills back in the day. It used to be popping when LC was on there. I know Lauren Conrad is not coming back. They don't have enough money to pay my good sis Lauren Conrad to come back. Anyway, back to the show. So everybody's changed. It's showtime. A lot of people weren't expecting right after dinner to get into the healing or the retreating. So everyone is changed, and AJ wastes no time. So Rashida, she's expressing her issues with Kurt and their relationship. She basically says that Kurt is working all the time. They don't have enough family time together. Kurt is focused on basically getting a return on his investments, and Kurt Jr. got himself into some legal trouble. So, they opened up a restaurant. Rashida has her stores. So he's basically trying to make sure that the businesses are running seamlessly. And again, he's getting a return on his investment. And they are stressed because their son got into legal trouble. Google it if you don't know what I'm talking about. As far as Ray J and Princess says that they are not, nor have they ever been on the same page, and they're not intimate. So Princess puts that out there. Of course, she just embarrasses Ray J, just like she did in. Anyway, Ray J wanted that to remain private. Like, he didn't want the whole group to know that they're not intimate, right? And they start bickering about finding out how the other filed for divorce. You know, Princess said that she found out that Ray J was filing for divorce on social media, and AJ asked Ray what he wants, and he says he wants Princess to be happy. Princess doesn't believe him and calls BS. So Princess start crying on cue like she normally does. And I have a question. When someone is not saying something, isn't that saying something? No? Like, when someone, like, oh, he just doesn't want to admit it. I know it. Why do you need him to admit things out of his mouth? Doesn't his actions tell you all you need to know, Princess? Anyway, Ray J, he walks off upset because Princess, is calling him out publicly, and he feels that she's not telling the truth. And he says that he refuses to mention certain things about her. And because, she's his wife, he's like, she always putting me on blast. I'm not going to put everything out about her because that's my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't going to try to make her look bad. And it seems to me, the princess is, trying to make me look bad and I'm innocent scenario already is underway. And this is only episode 1. So I already see that Ray J is going to be somewhat of a problem, but it's slightly entertaining for me. Because again, I don't take Ray J seriously when he's on these reality shows. I think that he is an actor. He's a good actor. He knows how to make good reality television. He can be a little bit of the bad guy, but he kind of knows how to turn it around to make it seem as though he's really trying and he's just innocent and he doesn't know it all. That whole gimmick. I wasn't bored at all while watching this show. Not at all. And that's good. That's a good thing for me. So we'll see what episode 2 gives. I've already heard all about episode 2 before I even watched episode 2. So make sure you click that subscribe button if you're interested in seeing more of my reviews for this and other television shows. Make sure that the notification bell is selected to all so that when I upload episode 2 and beyond, or the review for episode 2 and beyond, you will be notified. So drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. I'm signing off for now, Royal Family. And as always, until next time, folks, peace.